Hey there, CineMaster fans. Hope you're ready for some movie magic. Let's dive right in. The movie starts with a YouTuber named Jax. He uploads a video to his channel announcing a game that will shake the social media entirely. This game is called The Octopus. It consists of 8 stages, and there will be only one winner. A week later, a girl named Carrie applies for the competition. She's met by a masked person dressed in red, who asks for her phone and tells her to sign the form. She's thrilled because the game will be broadcast on social media, and she'll become famous. The lucky girl. He takes her phone so she can't contact anyone at all. Cameras are everywhere, recording everything moment by moment. She starts talking with the other participants who will play the game, and they're all very excited. Suddenly, Jax appears on a screen in front of them and tells them the game consists of 8 rounds. After the rounds are over, one of them will win, and he'll upload the competition video to social media, which will garner millions of likes because it's not like any game they've ever known. They ask him what the prize will be. He tells them the winner will receive his YouTube channel, which has over 100 million followers. The participants are shocked and can't believe it. He asks them, "Are you ready to start the first round? Let's go." The first round couldn't be easier. The masked person in red will give a command, and they must follow it. For instance, if he says, "Jump up," they jump up. If he says, "Sit down," they sit down. It's simple, but whoever loses will regret it. Then a person dressed as a fox comes out and greets the participants. The fox's role is to eliminate the losing contestants. We notice that someone from the game organizers goes up to a high place and points a weapon at them. The game begins, and all the participants follow the commands precisely, until one unfortunate guy messes up and does the wrong command. The fox points at him. Suddenly, he pulls out a hammer and hits him on the nose. Everyone standing around is shocked, and the fox brings down the hammer on his head, smashing it. One of the participants tries to escape, but the snipper kills her. The group is left stunned, unable to process what's happening. Jax tells them, "Now there are only 12 players left. Good luck." The game continues, and the masked person asks them to stand on one leg. They all follow the command, until one of them loses balance and puts his foot down. The fox says, "Don't worry, I won't kill you. The sniper will." Indeed, a shot is fired into his stomach, and he dies. One of the standing participants gets sick from the sight of the corpses and starts vomiting. They kill her too. Another girl tried to escape, but the fox hit her nose. At this point, Jax appears and says to them, "Congratulations to the 8 who are still alive. You've won the first round. 7 rounds remain. Keep in mind, whoever doesn't follow the rules or tries to escape will meet the same fate as the others." Afterward, one of the employees arrives at Jax's house and hands him the memory card that recorded the first round. The participants are taken to a place resembling a studio to rest. They're dressed in identical uniforms and are still in shock, unable to comprehend the disaster they've gotten themselves into. They divide themselves into groups. Emma forms an alliance with Squash, Maxine teams up with Jesse and Carrie. Within hours, the second round begins. Jax appears on the screen and tells them this game will be hopscotch. The rules are simple. Each of them will draw a number from this bowl, and the number will determine their order in the game. The game proceeds as follows. Each participant will jump between squares, and no one's foot is allowed to touch the line. If the lines turn red, jumping is forbidden, and they must remain in place. AJ starts first because he drew the number 1. He moves easily between the squares until they turn red. When they turn blue again, he continues until he reaches the end. Then Walter, the sly one, swaps his paper with Carrie's. Next, it's Sunshine's turn. She plays well and progresses smoothly, but Squash whistles. She gets confused and jumps while the line is red. Of course, the fox, he strikes her a blow that ends her life. After the first participant dies, the round ends. Now there are 7 contestants left for 6 rounds. They're taken to the studio to prepare for the next round. Emma tries to form an alliance with AJ, saying, "I'm alone, and if we team up, we'll be stronger." But AJ refuses, so she leaves him and goes to Squash, asking to join him. He punches her in the nose and says, "Leave me alone, don't talk to me." She bleeds from the punch, and AJ helps her and tries to treat her wound. Then AJ gets to know Carrie and Maxine, and they agree to find any way to get out of there. At this point, the masked person tells them to get ready. The third round is about to begin. Meanwhile, we see the YouTuber Jax entering his girlfriend Luna's room. He finds her holding the contestants' phones and sending messages to their families so they won't worry about them. Jax tells her, "Once this game is over, I'll upload the videos to social media. Then we'll disappear from here completely. These videos will shake social media, and the government will launch an investigation to find us." The third round begins, and Jax appears on the screen, telling the participants, "This game is very simple. You'll enter this house and must exit from the other side before 60 seconds pass. Once someone dies, the game ends, and the remaining participants move on to the next round. The first person to try is Jessie. She uses all her strength to overcome obstacles and reach the other side quickly. But the fox appears and tries to kill her. He manages to grab her and attempts to strangle her, but she kicks him, causing him to collapse. Fortunately, Jessie manages to complete the game and is very happy, unable to believe the achievement she's made. But suddenly, she takes a bullet to the stomach and dies on the spot. This happens because the 60 seconds expired before she could exit. Meanwhile, one of the masked individuals meets Luna, Jax's girlfriend, and she takes a bag of poison from it. This is because Jax will take all his money from the bank as soon as the game ends. So she decides to put the poison in his drink, kill him, and take everything for herself. She promises the employee that she will give her a portion of the money, but on the condition that she doesn't say a word to anyone. At midnight, AJ wakes up and sneaks quietly towards Carrie, so the fox doesn't notice him. He tells her, "Get up, this is our only chance to escape." She responds, "Since the fox is asleep, take the hammer in front of him quietly and hit him to death, then we can escape from here." AJ approaches the fox to see if he's awake or not. Just as he's about to grab the hammer, the fox catches him and says, "Go, sleep in your spot." AJ quietly goes back to his place. The next day, round 4 begins. The contestants stand nervously, not knowing what the game is about. Jax appears on the screen in front of them and says, "This game is the easiest one yet. Musical chairs?" He explains, "There are 5 chairs in front of you, and you are 6 contestants. I'll play music, and you'll keep circling around the chairs. When the music stops, everyone must quickly sit on a chair. But the person who wins this round will have $1 million deposited into their account." The game begins, and the contestants circle around the chairs with frayed nerves. One mistake could send them to the grave. When the music stops, everyone sits except AJ. He tries to pull one of the contestants off her chair to sit in her place, but she kicks him, leaving him grinding his teeth in pain. The fox approaches him and takes him. Then the masked man removes one of the chairs. The game resumes, and the contestants continue circling. When the music stops, everyone sits except Walter, who gives up his chair to Carrie. The game continues, and when the music stops again, Walter is left standing. The fox approaches him and takes him. This leaves 4 contestants and 3 chairs. The game resumes, and when the music stops, everyone sits except Maxine, who loses. The fox approaches her and takes her. This leaves 2 chairs and 3 contestants. They circle the chairs nervously, and when the music stops, 2 sit while Carrie loses. The fox approaches her and takes her. This leaves Squash and Emma circling 1 chair. As agreed, the winner will receive $1 million. When the music stops, Emma sits, but Squash strangles her and violently beats her before taking her seat. The game has no specific rules. The only requirement is that 1 person sits on the chair. With that, Squash has $1 million deposited into his account, if he manages to leave safely, that is. After the game ends, the contestants are surprised to find that they are all alive and unharmed. However, they notice that Emma is missing. It turns out that Emma has been taken to Jax's house, the YouTuber. Jax approaches her and says, "I watched you play and liked your style. How about joining my staff? After the game ends, you'll receive $2 million. She agrees, saying, "I'm in." Thus, Jax doesn't kill anyone in this round, as he secretly removed Emma and made the others believe she was dead. Meanwhile, the contestants sit in the studio, thinking of ways to escape the place. The masked man then informs them to prepare themselves, as round 5 is about to begin. The contestants are gathered in an unknown house, and Jax appears on the screen saying, "We're going to play hide and seek. You have exactly 1 minute to hide anywhere in the house. The first person the fox finds will be killed. The round will end, and the remaining contestants will move on to the next stage. The game begins, and everyone searches for a safe place to hide. Time is running out as the fox begins searching for them. Carrie hides near the bed, but there's no space for her. Someone emerges from the closet and invites her to hide with him. He warns her not to trust him, as he is sly, but she hides with him. Meanwhile, the fox grabs a knife and starts searching for them. He nearly catches Squash, but Squash escapes and hides with the others in the closet. Carrie sees this as her chance to escape and opens the window. But just as she's about to jump, a masked man enters and threatens to kill her. She pleads with him, saying, "Please don't kill me. My mother is sick, and she has no one else in the world but me." He feels sorry for her and spares her life. The fox then enters the room where the closet is. AJ senses the fox's presence and is terrified. Walter, the sly one, signals Squash to push Maxine out of the closet. Squash complies, and when Maxine is pushed out, the fox sees her and grabs her. He drops the knife and strangles her with all his strength until she dies. Carrie hears her screams and rushes to the scene, but it's too late. AJ cries under the bed, knowing he could have helped her but was too scared to risk his own life. Walter emerges from the closet, and Carrie confronts him, asking, "What happened?" He replies, "Squash pushed her out of the closet." She retorts, "You're a disgraceful man," and walks away. Thus, the round ends with Maxine's death, and the remaining contestants move on to the next stage. Back in the studio, the contestants try to rest, but Carrie is still devastated over her friend's death. AJ attempts to comfort her. She confronts Squash angrily, saying, "I'll keep after you until I kill you myself in one of the rounds." Meanwhile, the YouTuber Jax meets with Emma, holding a metal wrench, and tells her, "Today, I'm going to test your loyalty to me." He opens a door, revealing the girl who gave poison to his lover Luna. He hands Ima the wrench. Without hesitation, Ima takes the wrench and strikes the girl's head. The next day, round 6 begins. The contestants are gathered in a forest, and Jax appears on the screen, announcing, "This game will involve a metal ball tied to a pole, with 2 contestants facing each other. One person was required to hit the ball with their hand to spin it around the pole." The game consisted of 3 rounds. The first round was between Walter and AJ. The second round was between Carrie and Squash. The 2 losers would face each other in the third round, and the one who lost in that round would die. The fox raised the ball on the pole, and the ball was filled with sharp spikes. AJ started against Walter in the first round, hitting the ball with all his strength and outperforming Walter, thus winning the round. However, his hand began to bleed due to the spikes on the ball. The second round began with Carrie and Squash getting ready. Before the round started, AJ asked her not to hit the ball so her hand wouldn't get hurt, allowing her to face Walter in the third round at full strength. Indeed, she let Squash spin the ball until he won, but his hand also started bleeding because of the spikes on the ball. The third and final round came, where the loser would die. Carrie was at full strength, but Walter's hand was injured from the first round. The round began, and Carrie hit the ball with all her strength, but Walter, with his injured hand, couldn't hit back. Consequently, Carrie won, and the masked man lost. The masked man was shot in the stomach with a shotgun, and the fox finished him off with punch to make sure he's dead. He removes the mask from his face, revealing his face, which makes him even more upset. He grabs a hammer and smashes his face. Jaxie appears on the screen and congratulates the 3 winners. "I'm very excited for the next 2 rounds. While they're resting in the studio, AJ says to her, "Which one of us will kill the other in the last round?" She says, "In the next round, we agree to kill Squash." On the other side, we see Jaxie sitting in the living room, and his girlfriend Lona is preparing juice for him and puts poison in it. But before he drinks it, he gets suspicious and asks her, "Did you taste this juice?" She replies, "No." He says, "I want you to drink this juice." She refuses. He says, "Try it. I caught an employee 2 days ago trying to put poison in my food." He tries to force her to drink it, but she pushes him and runs. Amma meets her downstairs with a weapon and kills her. Jaxie sees this and is shocked. He says, "Give me the weapon." Emma says, "I swear I was just worried about you." He takes the weapon from her and shoots Lona, saying, "Just to make sure she's dead." The next day, the 7th round begins, and the contestants are locked in a room with their eyes blindfolded. They have electric wires attached to their heads so that anyone who makes a mistake gets electrocuted. The game is about English words with missing letters, and they need to say the correct words. Whoever doesn't say the right word gets electrocuted until they die. Squash is the first to play, and he manages to say the correct word. That leaves AJ and Carrie, and this is the moment they were afraid of. But AJ intentionally says the wrong word, so he dies, and Carrie survives. She keeps crying for him and is tormented by what she sees. Jaxie appears on the screen and tells them, "Get ready, because tomorrow's round is crucial." Only she and Squash are left in the studio. He tries to reconcile with her, saying, "Let's forget the past and start a new chapter." She says, "You're a traitor and can't be trusted." She slapped him and told him to stay away from her. He grabs her head and says, "I swear I'll kill you now, but you're lucky we're in the studio." The next day, the final and last round begins. The game has simple rules. Whoever reaches the first flag and holds it for 3 minutes is the winner. Jaxie tells them, "After this game, I'll upload all the game videos to my channel, and the winner will become a social media trend and the most famous person." The round begins, and Carrie and Squash race, each wanting to grab the flag before the other, but they both reach it at the same time. Squash deals with Carrie very violently, pushes her, and grabs the flag himself. He can't believe he achieved this and won, but Carrie notices there's another black flag far away. She runs to the black flag at full speed and manages to grab it. Here's the surprise. When she lifts the mask, it's not Carrie who killed Squash. That's because the red flag was only a distraction, and the black flag was the real one to grab. After that, Jaxie appears on the screen and congratulates Carrie because she won everything. But then someone comes and gives her a sedative injection, causing her to lose consciousness. The next day, she wakes up to find herself in Jaxie's house. She finds Jaxie's mask and a note next to it with the mask's name and its password. One of Jaxie's employees appears and gives her her phone. She says, "I've seen you before. You're the one who didn't kill me when I was about to jump out the window, right?" He takes off the mask and says, "That's right. 3 months passed since that event. and we see Carrie sitting in her new house, living luxuriously. She gets a call from an unknown person who sends her a video and asks her to watch it. She's shocked to see Jaxie and Emma planning to hold the Octogames again, but this time in a harder way. The movie ends with this scene. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos.